Hi, I'm Michelle, and today we'll be discussing the methods you can use to form your LLC in Wyoming. We're going to be covering the steps involved in starting your LLC, the forms you're going to need, the naming requirements, and the 5 main steps needed to actually register your LLC. I'll also be explaining the importance of having a registered agent and a very key term known as piercing the corporate veil. Now, if these terms are not familiar to you, then I highly recommend you watch this video very carefully. Mining and tourism are the biggest businesses in Wyoming. They produce natural gas that helps run most of the major industries there. The key attraction to the state is the Yellowstone Park, which is responsible for attracting more than 4 million people. You can start your Wyoming LLC by 3 methods. Number 1 is that you can do it yourself, in which case you can choose to fill out the forms online or you can send them off via mail. Number 2 is that you hire a professional service to do it for you. It's the most easy and secure method out there. We personally recommend TailorBrands as one of the best services for this purpose, and I'm going to be showing you how to use TailorBrands at the end of this video. Number 3 is that you can go ahead and hire an attorney. Now, coming to a very common question, what's an LLC? Well, it's a hybrid business entity which combines a corporation's characteristics with a partnership or sole proprietorship. It separates your personal assets from your business assets and gives you personal asset protection. So when you're starting off your LLC in Wyoming, you mainly have to file your certificate of formation with the state and pay a filing fee of $100. Now, in this video, we will be discussing the options number 1 and number 2, but we're going to be placing emphasis on why you need a professional service to do it for you, because you have to make sure that you're doing your LLC work correctly. This is one of those things where you can't afford missing any key information or have any form of misunderstandings. TailorBrands is a really good and competent professional service which you can get, because forming an LLC is not just filing the certificate of formation, but it's also on deciding a name, hiring a registered agent, creating an operating agreement, and obtaining an EIN. Now, all of these can be done under one roof with TailorBrands. I'll be leaving the links in the description below. You can go there and check them out. But for now, we're going to be discussing in detail the 5 important steps that you must take when you're forming your LLC in Wyoming. The first step to starting off your LLC in Wyoming is basically choosing your business name. Now, before you name your business, you must know that the name should be easy to remember, should be available in the state, and follows all the LLC naming guidelines. You can find the naming guidelines at startmyllc.io. Now, the 4 key things that you need to be aware of when you're starting to name your LLC is that number 1, your business name should be available, and no other existing business in Wyoming can share that name. Each business name is very much unique to its owner. Limited liability company or LLC should be there as a suffix in the company name. You cannot use any name for your business that could be confusing or possibly misleading. So terms like the State Department, FBI, CIA, they cannot be included. Number 4 is that terms like bank, attorney, doctor, they can be added, but only after the additional requirements are filled out by the Wyoming state government. If you do not wish to file your LLC right now, but you want to hold on to the name that you have decided, then you can reserve your LLC name for 120 days. How do you keep the name? Well, you have to file a name reservation application and pay $50 to reserve your name with the Wisconsin Secretary of State. The second and highly vital step to forming your LLC in Wyoming is to appoint a registered agent. Now, a registered agent is an entity that's going to be acting and working on your LLC's behalf and receive all the important paperwork and other official government correspondence within Wyoming. Now, this is why you need to hire a very competent registered agent for your LLC. You need to make sure that your registered agent is a resident of Wyoming or at least has a physical street address there. The business address is going to be used as the LLC's principal address within Wyoming. Now, most LLC formation companies do also provide registered agent services too. TailorBrands is a really good setup service which provides a registered agent service and many more services at very reasonable price. So a key thing to note when you start to get your registered agent is the importance of having one, but also having a legit one, because in case of a lawsuit, the lawyer of the other party is going to do what is known as piercing the corporate veil. Now, most people believe that they're setting up their LLCs for tax purposes, but the real reason for setting up your LLC is to limit your liability. Basically, what it does is that it creates a divide between your personal assets and your business assets. So if you're sued in your business, they can't really go after your personal assets. And when you're sued, the attorney who's the one suing you is going to start looking for cracks in your LLC, and this is where they're going to pierce the corporate veil. The first thing that they're going to do is check whether you have a registered agent. Is the agent legit? And have they been filing all the paperwork? Third, and another important step in forming your LLC is to file a certificate of formation. Now, the Wyoming Articles of Organization is a legal document which is needed to officially register your business with the Secretary of State. It costs $100 to file your formation certificate. The certificate of formation includes details like the name of your LLC, registered agent's name, address, employee details, and the structure of the company, whether it's member managed or manager managed. Before hiring employees in Wyoming, one should really know about the rules and regulations thoroughly to avoid any future issues. We suggest that you use TailorBrands to file the certificate of formation because they provide a very easy way to fill out the forms without any confusion or missing any of the steps. If you happen to get stuck anywhere, they have a live chat option. You can go there, ask your questions, and they will respond to you. The fourth step is filing the operating agreement. An operating agreement is an internal document that legally outlines the proprietorship and operating procedures of your LLC. Now, this document is pretty vital as it ensures that all the business owners are on the same page regarding how they operate, their voting power, business resolutions, and a lot more. This helps reduce future conflicts. When it comes to filing the Wyoming LLC operating agreement, the state doesn't really require you to have a very comprehensive operating agreement. But it is ideal to have one that contains the details of your entire business operation. Now, it's recommended that it should be done by using a professional service such as TailorBrands, since they know exactly what to do and you won't have to worry about missing out any of the details. The EIN, also known as the Employer Identification Number, is a 9-digit number given by the IRS to make it easier to identify the types of businesses for tax purposes and taxes in general. Now, the EIN is necessary for any form of businesses or any active businesses for that matter. EIN is needed when the LLC starts to hire your employees. To obtain an EIN, one has to fill up a form which can be done online, or you can do it by mail and just submit it to the IRS. You can also get an EIN assistant through TailorBrands who can help you out with the process. I'll be leaving the links to all the resources in the description below. You can go there and check out which of the options fit your requirements. But for now, I'm going to be showing you how to file the forms using TailorBrands. So this is the website for TailorBrands. And as you can see on the website, there's option to set up your LLC, and you can also design a logo, merch, and the website itself for your brand in case you need one and haven't really gotten around to getting it. I'm going to go into Form an LLC. Now choose the state that you're setting up your LLC in. Add your business name. You can check for the name availability here, which will save you a lot of time. Or alternatively, you can choose the method that I told you earlier by going to the business entity name search. Click on the type of services that you're offering. You'll have to pick which stage of your business that you're on, whether it's still in the idea stage or it has been set up and fully running. Choose what sort of income your brand will be. Choose whether your business will have a physical address to receive the documents, and also whether there'll be a dedicated person there who's going to receive these. Select the number of employees. Now you have to fill out the information for your business, like your name, phone number, email address. Now choose whether you want to opt for a registered agent or not. TailorBrand charges $199 annually for hiring a registered agent. If you don't have one, then I highly recommend that you get one through them, because the one thing you can't risk is not having a legitimate registered agent. You're going to need an EIN, like I discussed before, for tax-related purposes. If you don't have one, or you're overwhelmed by the process required to get an EIN, then just let TailorBrands do it for you. It's going to cost you $99. Pick if you want to file for compliance. It will cost you $199 when you do it through TailorBrands. Here you can choose whether you want to have your business branding done. If you already have things like logos, domain, and a website, then just move forward. Select if you want to speed up the process. You can form the operating agreement using TailorBrands if you haven't made one already, or you are unsure of how to proceed with making the agreement by yourself. See if all the information that you chose and entered is correct, and check the final billing as well. You can now proceed to pay for the service, and that's all you need to start and form your LLC. Now that you created your Wyoming LLC, what's next? Well, there's still a few things that you're going to need. You need a company business bank account and a business credit card. You need to file the Wyoming business's permit and licenses. You need to get general liability insurance and professional liability insurance, which is going to cover your employees. You need to file the Wyoming annual report every single year. I really hope this detailed video helped you out on how to start your LLC in Wyoming, and I wish you the best of luck if you're starting off your business there. Please continue supporting our channel by liking the video, subscribing to our channel, and clicking the notification button. Thank you for watching.